The sun enters Libra late at night on Thursday, September 22nd, and new moon in Libra follows suit on Sunday, September 25th. I'm here to break it down and tell you what this might mean for you. My name is Anastasia. I'm a traditional Western astrologer specializing in natal, relationship, and predictive readings. If you'd like to work with me, check out the links down below. Libra season starting on the 22nd marks the beginning of my Libra season special, meaning that if you are a Libra sun, you get 20% off my natal and solar return readings. Check that out. There are coupon codes down below. And if you're new to my channel, please subscribe, leave me a like or a comment. I appreciate all of the support from you guys. And thank you so much to everyone who wished me a happy birthday. It just passed on the 15th and it was a really lovely day. And having the support, having the appreciation come from you and the happy birthdays come from you made it that much more special. So this new moon is happening at 2 degrees 49 minutes Libra. It is going to, new moons are always the times of the sun and moon coming together. It's the time when we are planting the seeds in darkness, right? Like new moons are great for manifesting things, for journaling, setting your intentions, and asking the universe with as much specificity as you can for what you want. So great time to set intentions. This new moon is opposed by Jupiter, and usually, astrologers, we tend to worry about oppositions, but not oppositions with more positive planets. Of course, there's always a fine print. Be careful with any opposition, but with Jupiter, it's more like, you had too much cake. With Saturn, it might be like no cake and you're on a diet and you're not eating anything exciting. But Jupiter might just offer you too much. So that's where I think this need to be very specific comes in, because Libra is the sign of partnerships. It's the sign of romance and love and flirting. So this new moon has the power to bring new romance, new partnerships, new beginnings into your existing relationships. But the opposition to Jupiter can have a bit of too many things, right? You're trying to manifest love, you get 4 people interested in you and they all have something to offer, but none of them maybe is exactly what you want. So try to be very fine-tuned with details, especially, and you might actually enjoy it because at the time of this new moon we have Venus, the ruler of the new moon, conjunct Mercury, both in Virgo. So you are you have that ability to kind of figure things out and be very, clear and specific about what you want. But yeah, lovely time for new beginnings, lovely time for manifestations. Be careful, as always, with Libra. Be careful with people pleasing, especially since this new moon is opposing Jupiter, and you may naturally have a tendency to just try to say yes to too many things, because Jupiter just is green light, go ahead. Jupiter and Aries might get excited about everything. There is tension though, right? With Jupiter and Aries and new moon in Libra, there's tension between what we want and what is better for a relationship. And that's where you can truly work with this new moon and harvest a lot of greatness from it, or get a lot of greatness from it, because this need, Jupiter will make sure that you are strong in your truth. You're strong with what you want. You're focusing on your own needs. And the moon in Libra will also ask you to balance your needs with those of others. So you have clearer vision when it comes to what you want and what the other person wants. Focus on bringing more fairness. Focus on bringing more balance into your life wherever this new moon happens, right? If you're a Taurus rising and it happens in your house of daily work, bring more fairness and joy into your daily life, into your chores. Start listening to an audiobook while you're doing laundry. If you are an Aries rising and it's happening in the house of relationships, literally do it in the house of relationships. bring more beauty into your life, look at where it might be lacking. You know, if you're a Gemini rising, it's happening in your house of creativity and you want to, and I'll go into more depth for each of those signs, but if you're a Gemini rising, it's happening in the house of creativity. What old hobby that once brought you joy have you neglected, and what can you restart, right, in order to feel more happy and content and like kind of express your feelings. So yeah, like Venus, like I said, Venus is the ruler. She is at the time of this new moon in Virgo. So there might be a bit of a tendency to be like nitpicky and critical, right? Like you get a present, you get these 4 admirers, but you're like, this one his hair is like an inch too long. This one, something else. So like be careful, watch out for that. Like sometimes the universe gives you things you need, not exactly things you want, but you have no idea. Maybe this seemingly imperfect, long-haired individual is just what doctor has ordered. So be warned. Mercury being retrograde is kind of a sign that we should not rush, that we should not expect this new moon to unravel like magically quickly, right? It is ruled, the new moon is ruled by Venus, but Venus is ruled by Mercury retrograde. So Mercury is still impacting this lunation and Venus conjunct Mercury. So take your time. And how, like, I'm so curious, how has this Mercury retrograde been for you? Because this past week, you know, like, I'm filming this on the 17th, like, the week of, like, the 17th was kind of a mess, I think, because even though, of course, my birthday made everything better, but because it was Venus in a square with Mars. So, like, nothing crazy, but, like, a lot of tiny irritations and annoyances just, you know, gathering together in a big ball of irritation and annoyance. But let me know how it was for you. And just, yeah, like just try to enjoy this lunation. Draw yourself a bubble bath. Dress up. Go on a date. Take it easy. And focus on what you truly want, what your partner wants, and how can you meet in the middle and try to find compromise or find a lot of joy in the partnership. So shall we take a look at the 12 signs and give you brief insights on what you can expect? Let's do it. For Aries rising, there is a new moon in the 7th house. 7th house is literally very Libran. It's the place where we come together with other people, where we negotiate, agree, disagree, come to some kind of compromise. So having a new moon in there is all about relationships. It's all about starting new things. Maybe you enter a new partnership. Maybe you restart your love life. Maybe you realize that you want to start dating. Could also be a good time with all the things going on for you Aries risings in the 1st house and you reinventing yourself currently. Could also be a time to maybe revisit, right? Mercury's retrograde. Revisit what you want from relationships and think more carefully, like, what have you attracted in the past? What kind of things have you desired, right? Like, have you been focusing too much on the appearance of your partner? And maybe you need to focus a little bit more on how they look at you and how they make you feel. What is more fair, right? Like sometimes beauty is overrated and sometimes beauty is inside versus outside. So something to think about. Additionally, there might also be new beginnings in your partner's life, like something they're starting that is affecting you both. For Taurus rising, there's a new moon in your 6th house. 6th house deals with your health, your diet, your exercise, your routines, things that are kind of, you know, need to be done. The grind, the grimy, less exciting stuff. I always call it the plumbing of the natal chart. So there's a new moon in Libra there. There's some sort of need for redefining, rebalancing, bringing more joy to your everyday life. And this could start with, like, you know, I mentioned earlier, you do laundry, but you like start listening to a new audiobook that maybe inspires you to make more money, or it inspires you to follow your dreams. And this could also be something larger, right? Like maybe you change your diet, maybe you start getting massages. I guess it's all kind of along the same lines, but whatever you can do to make your everyday life more exciting, especially if there's joy, if joy has been missing. There might be some need to let go of bad habits, and maybe, especially, you know, if you've been focusing too much on work, let's say, and like Uranus has been in your first house, you're sort of reinventing yourself too, together with Aries risings. But maybe it's been like a lot of work, and not a lot of play. So try to think about like redefining your schedule, adding more fun to your workout routine, maybe even changing your workspace to be more fun. Maybe like you add more colors, maybe you hang up a painting, bring some flowers to your workstation, make it more Libra and make it your sanctuary. For Gemini rising, we are moving to the 5th house, and there's a new moon in the 5th house. 5th house is your bliss. 5th house is that place of childlike wonder where you do things you enjoy, where you connect with your inner child and make them smile. It's the place where you go on dates. It's the place where you know, turn the lights off at night and have fun with your loved ones. Like it's the place of excitement. And the new moon happening in Libra is bringing your attention. It's happening in your 5th house. It's bringing your attention to that sector of your life. And maybe it's your time to bring back some kind of creative hobby that you have neglected, right? Maybe it's your time to go on a date. Maybe it's your time to like experiment, right? In your love life, try something new, try something unique. Maybe like your partner has been wanting to try something new and you didn't want to, but there could be a way to compromise perhaps, right? Like Libra, fairness, justice. Starting a new romantic relationship, new beginnings in the lives of your children are possible, quite likely too, where you, I don't know, you know, they can start kindergarten, they can start school, maybe something significant is happening in their life. But I would encourage you for sure to just, even this new moon on Sunday the 25th, like doing something that makes you and your inner child smile. For Cancer rising, there's a new moon in the 4th house, and here we're looking at your home, your immediate environment, the walls that surround you, and we're wondering how can you bring more love and peace and joy into your home, right? Jupiter is in your 10th house of career, and maybe there's a lot of work, maybe like Jupiter is like speeding that sector up, but this new moon is all about coming back home and feeling like you are surrounded by beauty, like you're surrounded by joy and, you know, cleanliness and kind of nice smells that can tingle, make your senses tingle. So expect new beginnings in the home that you potentially can initiate. Maybe you are redecorating, redesigning, maybe you're buying a home, selling a home. Connection with family members might be highlighted here as well, where you choose to start to spend more time with family members, or you try to bring more ease and joy into your relationships, you know, be that creating healthier boundaries in your relationship with your parents, or just connecting with them, maybe like accepting them more, maybe finding some type of compromise. And their new beginnings are also possible in the lives of your family members. Like maybe your mom is getting married or something, right? Like some kind of new start, romantic start possibly to your family. And maybe you're bringing more beauty into your home so that you can attract more love into your home too. For Leo rising, we have a new moon in the 3rd house, the place of communication, teaching, learning, your skills, your applied knowledge, your immediate environment, your siblings. It's things that you deal with on a day-to-day basis, right? It's like environment that surrounds you, your neighborhood, people you call, people you talk to. And we get new beginnings here where like either you are seeking to learn something that you enjoy. Maybe you're learning something about love, right? Like maybe you're learning something about tantra, or what you like. Maybe you might be also like redefining and communicating about those things. Like third house is the place of speaking up and finding your voice. So you might be finding your voice in a romantic relationship, or you might be finding your voice and having better conversations with your siblings, with your neighbors. Maybe you are getting in touch with your passions and hobbies and figuring out what is it that makes you happy and what is it you'd rather do with your time. Studying is a possibility, right? Going on a short trip is a possibility. Maybe it's like a romantic short trip. Maybe you're thinking of changing your neighborhood and moving somewhere. Whatever it is, it's all done for the sake of finding more balance and harmony in your life, and also finding more fun. Since Libra has that energy of like partnerships, starting a partnership with a sibling or a neighbor is a possibility, as well as starting to date a neighbor, or like meeting someone in your local hangout spot. Like you go to a bar and you meet someone there. It's very local, very immediate, very much about using your knowledge, your skills, your voice in order to find more fun. For Virgo rising, there's a new moon in the second house. Second house deals with your values and your finances and your source of income. So new moon here might bring new beginnings to that part of your life, where perhaps you are looking for new ways to make money, looking for a hobby or a job that makes you feel valued, right? Like maybe you are rethinking your finances, rethinking your job, and looking, like basically trying to find a place, a career, a second source of income that will make you feel valued, that will bring more fairness and more balance into your life. With this new moon, there's a possibility of starting a job, getting a raise, asking for a raise. Could be actually like a really good day to ask for a raise. Just be careful that you know what you're agreeing to, and you're not just asking for a raise and they're like, sure, but we'll tell you what your responsibilities will be later. And then it's like responsibilities of 5 people that you're supposed to do for like a 20% pay increase. Just be careful. Of course, Libra is the sign of partnerships. So maybe you're also starting a business or starting a partnership with someone. Here's some music to celebrate your new business, new partnership. So yeah, it might be the time to work with someone else, or even with Libra energy in your second house. Maybe it's the business that's connected to beauty or women, or like feminine products, because some type of like social beauty related, relationship related spin to your business. Or like if you're an astrologer, you start doing relationship readings maybe with this new moon. For Libra rising, you have, my dear Libra risings, you have a new moon in your first house. And this is about relationships, but it's also about you, and it's about what you want, because there's been some action in your relationship house. There's been Saturn in your 5th house of joy, focusing a lot of your attention on being like very structured and very serious. So I know, some Libra risings have complained about like having no love life. Let me know if this has changed since you last complained. Or if you never complained and you have some updates, please tell me. I'm curious. But yeah, like the new moon in the first house will make you look at your own ideals, I think, and your own dreams and your own desires, and maybe you're taking action to bring those to fruition. Maybe you are like, because Jupiter is in the house of relationships, and it doesn't have to be a romantic relationship, but some type of partnership. Maybe it's your work marriage, maybe it's your friendship marriage, maybe it's your business relationship. And this new moon is asking you to like focus on fairness, but make sure you are fair to yourself first. So you might be starting a new project. You might be starting, maybe like getting excited about something. There might be a new relationship in your life. But you are encouraged, if there is a new relationship, right? Try to focus on what you deserve in a relationship and what is fair and how you can maybe do things differently this time. How can you learn from past mistakes and approach things from a different attitude? It's very much, yeah, like new moons in the first house are always about self-development, growth, bettering yourself, self-improvement. But I wonder too, for some of you, if you are starting some kind of new creative project or a new professional project. You know, I have made candles in the past, and as soon as the retrograde is over, I'll get back to like creating, producing, and selling candles, and perhaps some other things. I'll keep you guys posted. For Scorpio rising, we are moving into the 12th house, and there's a new moon in your house of spirituality, self-defeating notions, and self-undoing tendencies, as well as isolation and mental health. So this is likely to be, and Libra season in general for you Scorpio risings is likely to be more private, more withdrawn, and more introspective. You are connecting with yourself, maybe addressing certain self-defeating notions, certain habits, personal habits, or, you know, relationship tendencies, relationship dynamics that are unhealthy. Could be a lovely time to release some of those. Like, I don't know, if if you're not telling your partner what you expect of them, but like want for them to figure it out, might be a lovely time to like try something else, right? Try to be honest with your partner and see how that changes your relationship. Perhaps it changes it for the better. Spiritual new beginnings, like a start of some kind of esoteric astrology tarot business, or, you know, like maybe you start reading tarot cards, maybe you start journaling, maybe you like take dance classes in order to calm your busy mind if you need to calm it down. Take it easy. You know, like, don't expect too much of yourself. This could be a lovely time as well to go on a kind of like go hide away with your partner, go somewhere far away and just spend time with them. Maybe you guys meditate together or like connect on a spiritual level together. And a great time for psychotherapy, great time to release any like past relationships, any fears, any like, you know, thoughts about exes, anything like that. Bid them adieu. Mercury retrograde is almost over. Have you guys had an ex reach out? I'm curious. For Sag rising, we're moving into the 11th house. And for Sag risings, it's all about sense of community. It's all about people that surround you and finding joy in a sense of belonging. You may experience new beginnings in your friendships. Maybe there's a desire to go volunteer or do something for the people you love, for your friends, right? Like spend more time with them. And it's not like Libra is a very social sign. It's a very like flirtatious sign that cares about balance. And here you are in the sector of like fans and social media and your friends, people who you're not necessarily romantically involved with, but people who you know, care about and enjoy spending time with. So this new moon might be lovely for reconnecting with them, especially if you feel like you've been too focused on your job, for example, and you haven't really given a lot of attention to your friendships. Might be a lovely time. Might also be because it's like new moon and we like to manifest on new moon. Might be a great time to look at what kind of friendships you want to manifest, what kind of support group you want to manifest. If you're trying to put, you know, the sun has just left Virgo, Mercury is still in Virgo. If you're thinking about like professional growth, what kind of support network, what kind of clientele would you like to have? What kind of fans are you seeking? Think about that, and might be a lovely time to start a group project or start a social media project, start presenting your work to other people, posting on Instagram, or, you know, sharing your insights with others on TikTok. very much feels like sharing with other people and giving to other people and finding joy in the give and take and finding more fairness in the give and take dynamics. For Capricorn rising, this is a very professionally full time because the new moon is happening in your 10th house of career, status, reputation. Someone has asked me recently, like, what if the person doesn't really have a career? What if, like, they're retired or they just do a job that doesn't feel like a career? I see 10th house as whatever you're known for in the world, right? Like, what are your passion projects? Maybe it means being like the head, the head parent at your children's school. Is that a thing? I don't know. But like maybe it means volunteering, maybe it means leading some kind of art project. So that might be your career, right? Like it's broadly speaking the house of career, but it's also things that you want to be known for or you are known for. So new moon in the 10th house brings professional new beginnings. There might be a new project you're starting, like maybe you're starting to write something, maybe you are starting a business, asking for a raise, partnering up with someone else, joining forces with someone else and, getting their resources or asking people for support is a lovely time, because when you have, your 10th house being a Libra, a lot of your success depends pretty much, you are meant to work with other people. You're not likely going to be like working solo, tucked away in a cave somewhere. I mean, anything is possible. If that's your situation, let me know. But I think you are trying to find more joy in your career and you're trying to start projects that are exciting to you. And I would advise that that's what you think about at the time of this new moon. Like, what kind of work makes you feel like you're in love, right? What kind of work takes your breath away and puts a smile on your face? And if you haven't had enough of that, how can you bring more of it? Maybe it's not your primary job, but maybe you just need to take a course, like a photography course, and start taking pictures, and maybe you sell them, maybe you just hang them around your home and they make you feel warmer, make your heart smile. But as well as with the actual job you're at, there might be new creative opportunities and new exciting projects coming in. For Aqua rising, there's a new moon in the 9th house. And 9th house is the place of learning, teachers, students, travel. And with this new moon here, you might be starting new classes, right? Like maybe something that gets you excited, something that makes you happy, something for fun and pleasure. Maybe you are spending time with your classmates and getting to know them, connecting them with them. There might be new writing opportunities because you are seeking, Aqua rising with this new moon in your 9th house, you're seeking to expand your daily life, expand your life and like aim higher, aim further, like reach further, right? Not be limited by what you know, what you've experienced in the past, what other people have told you, but instead look at things that in the quiet times, in your dreams, things that you think are possible, because they might be possible in real life. You just need to believe them into fruition. And some of the opportunities or some of things that you might be focusing on might involve travel. Maybe it means like becoming a flight attendant, or they might involve writing your own book, publishing a book, becoming a teacher, right? Like some kind of like social activity where you get to connect with other people and maybe share your knowledge, share your wisdom, and learn from them in the process as well. Finally, for Pisces risings, there's a new moon happening in your 8th house, and this is likely to affect your finances, the money you share with other people, with your partner, or possibly your partner's finances. Here we are in the realm of like karmic debts and taxes and fairness, especially with Libra being your 8th house. here it's like the question, how can there be more fairness in your intimate exchanges with other people? Maybe it's related to finances, right? Like maybe you are in a partnership and things are not necessarily smooth and fair, but you're biting your tongue and you're not expressing yourself. But this could be a lovely time for you to speak up, and it might be a professional partnership, might be a romantic partnership, but maybe you speak up and you express yourself, and even though it feels uncomfortable, it ends up bringing more balance. Maybe your partner responds in a very supportive and understanding way. There might be new professional partnerships here. You might be paying off debts. You might be taking on some kind of a new debt in order to pursue a professional project. But yeah, like look at, there's definitely a possibility of getting, I want to say both, like a possibility of making money and receiving some kind of return on investment, or maybe you sell something, you get like money back. But there's also a possibility of spending money, or like spending too much money. So be careful that you're not just like thoughtlessly diving in. Changes to your partner's finances are possible as well, where maybe they are starting some kind of new project or manifesting something and you're benefiting through them. But try to think about like where in your life, where do things in your life need more fairness, and how can you be more honest and more sincere with your partner in order to bring that in. It doesn't have to be money related, it could be other things related, but you know, be realistic, be honest, be sensitive to your needs and their needs, and you can find a better flow in your relationships. And this is all I have for you guys. I hope this was enjoyable. I hope you have a lovely new moon in Libra. We have some exciting energy with Venus also entering Libra on the 29th. I'm looking forward to that. And yeah, say hi in the comments and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.